Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking college hoops, March Madness, and the Elite Eight. We've got a great matchup here between a Pac-12 squad and another team hailing from the far west, I guess you could say. We've got a promo code. The code is FINAL for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. Gonzaga, the number one team in the land, laying 9 here. Total is 153.5. This opened at 9.5. It's since been bet down. It opened at 155 and has been bet down. Both these teams come in 3-0 against the number in the tournament, needless to say. Both of them coasting relatively easily past all of their opponents. And Gonzaga has, my goodness, they've been covering big numbers right and left, but I think USC is a little bit of a step up in competition. But before I give my 2 cents, let's talk to an expert here. We've got Kurt Alexander here to break this one all down for us. Kurt, what were your initial thoughts seeing Gonzaga -9 against USC?
Well, the first thing I thought, Chelsea, was, wow, they're not double-digit favorites. How long has it been since we've seen Gonzaga as a single-digit favorite? I couldn't even tell you because they've just been coasting all year. But when you look closer at the numbers, overall, they're 15-12-2 against the spread. And even before the tournament, they kind of came into the tournament 1-3 against the spread. Now, of course, like you said, they're 3-0, and they're just coasting against everybody. But here's the problem. I think their defense is going to have issues with the size of USC and the Mobley. Well, they're not twins, but the Mobley brothers.
Right.
Gonzaga against Creighton. Creighton shot 48%. Gonzaga shot 60%. Against Oklahoma actually outshot Gonzaga. They were 50% to 49%, but in that game, Gonzaga was 23 of 26 from the free throw line. And when you look at USC, that was my biggest question with USC. Can I jump in the car with USC with their free throw shooting problems? Over the season, they were 65% shooting as a team, and you really don't like that in close games, and especially when you're trying to cover spreads, because late in games, that could kind of get out of hand. But I've seen them get better since the tournament has started. Of course, they started with 33% shooting from the free throw line against Drake, which is typical USC. This is what you kind of expect. But you saw them get better, 61% against Kansas, and against Oregon, here we have 10 of 12. And I thought that was a telling sign, like, okay, maybe these guys are getting better. We're seeing Evan Mobley step out and take longer shots. You see the ball handling skills. It's almost like they're starting to unleash a whole new arsenal here in the tournament, where it's not typical in the paint, get a bucket or get a dunk. And I think that's going to cause some problems for Gonzaga. Of course, we know Gonzaga is a well-oiled machine. They do everything well. They haven't been shooting the three as much. So this is going to be a game where I don't think that they're going to be able to get the points in the paint like they usually do. And I think they are going to have to hit the shots from the perimeter. But you have versatile players from USC all over that will put the defense on them. USC held Drake to 29% shooting from the field goal percentage, 29% for Kansas, 38% for Oregon. So you see this USC team really focus in on defending and everybody kind of guarding their man. I think Gonzaga is really going to have issues this game, and I'm going to take USC plus the points and just hope that they continue this upward swing with their free throw shooting percentage.
Yeah, I think that's what's been most impressive about USC for me so far in the tournament, because they came into March kind of heralded as a team that prides themselves on defense and being really good down the post, obviously with the Mobley brothers doing what they do, but they've been really good at shooting, especially threes. They have double-digit threes in both of their last games, and that's definitely somewhere you want to peak at the right time when it comes to March. Scoring an average of 80 points during the tournament, that's something I probably wouldn't have projected. I will say some of the teams, I didn't love that Kansas team. I thought that USC was going to win big over them anyway. But let's talk about that. Gonzaga, 26 straight wins by double digits. When you look at it, it's crazy. And when you see a spread of 9, you might be a little nervous. But you've got to look at the level of competition that Gonzaga has played, especially in their conference and also in the tournament. One of the perks of being a top seed is you get to play, the bottom seed. So I'm wondering if Gonzaga has really played a team as athletic and as good is this USC team? Because you said it, with Mobley being probably a top 3 pick in the NBA draft coming up. I think that's the key here for me, is 9 points with this USC team that right now is looking pretty juicy. Let's talk about this total of 153.5. It looks pretty high, but you've got Gonzaga, the #1 most efficient offense in the land. So we know what they can do scoring wise, but again, this is a pretty high number. What's your take on the total?
Like you said, it was trending under, and that's kind of the way I was feeling with this game as well. I like the under just because I'm a guy that likes defense, and I think when you're this close, I think teams are really going to start to put more emphasis on controlling the clock and limiting possessions. Probably that USC ended up running a zone when they got into trouble in the first half early against Oregon, and they switched their defense up, and that's where you see things kind of change for them. So I wonder what they have in store for Gonzaga. I think that you're going to see multiple defenses coming from USC just because of their versatility and their size. When one brother gets off the court, you have another 6'9", 6'11" player coming on to replace him. So the size and the depth of this USC team, and like I said, the defense. They're layups. I think if the coaching is right this game, they'll tell them, hey, make them earn it at the line. Nothing easy in the middle. We know how this Gonzaga team is. We know how they flow, and we know how they get into these runs. So I think USC, in order for them to cover this spread and hopefully win this game, they're going to have to really lock down on defense and not try to get into a track meet with Gonzaga and not make anything easy for them. So, and Gonzaga, on the other hand, like I said, they're going to have a tough time with the size of USC. As well. So this definitely looks like an under game. I don't see any real flow to this game. I see it being like a tough back and forth. Whoever has the will and whoever's hitting their free throws. But I like this game to go under as well.
Yeah, and like I said, I think the number's pretty high too. So that's always a factor. Yeah, it should be a good one, or at least we're hoping so. We hope USC can keep it close. I think Gonzaga's got to be the top offense in the tournament, yes. But laying 9 points this late in the tournament, I think it's a little tough. I mean, we said this last time. What was the last time we did a video together? I think that's what it comes down to. Me is the number there.
Yeah, definitely a high number, and it comes from the previous scores. But those games are blowouts. USC's blowing everybody out. Gonzaga's blowing everybody out. So that's you see the high total of their scores, but what are the other teams scoring? And like I said, both these teams have,
I think it was
pretty much.
It was impressive how USC shut down Oregon's offense, because I think that was by far the best offense that USC had to play. Because like I said, I wasn't super impressed with Kansas, but Oregon was a very hot shooting team coming into that game against USC.
Right. Yeah, they definitely was. In that Kansas game, Kansas couldn't hit a shot anywhere. And that's the game that one of the Mobley brothers ended up hitting 8 3-pointers. And wait a minute, when did he start shooting threes? It's you got a 7-footer stepping back and just, jaying you. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a game where I think that USC will be able to keep this one close enough with their defense.
Right. All right. We're going a little long, so I'm going to wrap it up. That's going to do it for our college hoops talk here on Picks and Parlays. Stuff from Kurt Alexander as always. Kurt, thanks for joining us.